All right, well, let's see what we can do now because, yeah, as everybody can see, we're having YouTube difficulties right now.
Yep,
So,
it's trying to upload.
yeah, it's up now. But it's going to take a few minutes before it gets up fully. YouTube's always slow about coming on. That's the reason why I'm liking Twitch a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Well, we got Dwight, we got Adrian in. What do you mean, Adrian? I'm back now. I hadn't even started. We just now getting the feed up and running because YouTube keeps changing things. Hey, Jerry.
Jerry?
I tell you guys what, I mean, if YouTube fails, just go to twitch.tv, search Mile Railroading Live because you get a whole lot better stream and everything there, and it has chat too, so I'm getting tired of fooling with YouTube.
Yeah. Sometimes when I upload videos, it craps out on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a first.
Hey, Gino. Well, I mean, you can jump over and try it and see. I do try to monitor that. But I mean, if YouTube drops on me though, I'm just going to stay on Twitch. That's Twitch, twitch.tv. Then search or do a / Mile Railroading Live. Should take you straight to the live feed. Well, let me see if I can pop it in here. Yeah, I'm just saying. Right now, we stream both YouTube and Twitch TV simultaneously. So, yeah, like I said, I'm getting tired of YouTube changing things around and messing it all up. So, if this does drop tonight, I'm just going to keep the show going, but I'm just going to let it run on twitch.tv / Mile Railroading Live. You get a 1080p stream. It's got the chat there too, just like you got here. But YouTube doesn't even stream in 1080p. From what I hear, tell it's 640 or a little less. Same as Facebook. All right, I hear me in the background.
Yeah.
No, that should have just gone away.
Yeah.
That was me. That might have been me on accident, but that should go away because I muted it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But I didn't think you would actually hear it because I have headphones on.
Well, you got headphones on, but you got a separate microphone.
No, it's on the headset. I got a gaming headset on right now.
Yeah, but it's still going through.
Guys, listen.
You have to do like I do. I put my headphones on, then I have to turn my sound off because I have it on a physical switch separate from the computers. I'm on speakers, individual speakers.
How are you doing this wonderful rainy evening here, Johnny? Is it raining there?
No,
It rained a little bit here.
Yeah.
no,
Beautiful here.
ain't got no rain, not yet. If it's
It's gonna rain
raining,
more tomorrow for me.
if it's raining there for you, Chris, it's probably moving my way.
Yeah, it's coming your way. I think it's
It's a
coming
big
out
line
of the
too.
southwest.
Well, Andrew just popped in. How you doing, Andrew?
It's a big line too.
Ari just jumped in. Have to start calling Ari Daddy-O.
Daddy-o.
Daddy-o. I saw on the radar, man. It's a big line of storms.
Yeah. Ah, here comes the no one from Australia. Brad, how you doing? So what you working on, Chris?
Actually, I'm just walking out here. I got when I walked in the door, I got hit with. Mom says I can paint my room tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, because it's just lickety split, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, the past whatever hour or whatever, I've been prepping it and stuff, fixing holes and from pictures and stuff, and deciding if the shelves are going back in the same place or not. So.
Yeah.
But that's what I was working on. Now I am not. Now I'm getting here. So I think I'm probably going to end up priming all of this.
Yeah, looks like you've
gotta
been printing a
I
lot.
hear a train horn outside.
So,
That's all that you printed?
yeah.
3D.
Yep.
If that's gonna work. I hate putting handrails on. I'll admit that.
But yeah, with here, Hobby Lobby, we have 3 of them, but only one of them is open. So I went and bought all the foam glue that they had over there, and I ran out. So I was like, well, I'll just order some off Amazon, and it's expensive when you don't have a 40% coupon.
Yeah.
And a Hobby Lobby or whatever, because Hobby Lobby it was $5.99 and then $4 with the coupon. So I thought, okay, well, I'll get it off of Amazon for like at least the same price, and they wanted like $8 or $9 plus shipping. I'm like, never mind. I guess we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
So got road bed down, but can't put track down. Well, I could put track down with another glue, but
Yeah, I was ordering some blades for
Helmet.
X-Acto blades here about a week ago, and then when I went to pay up, I started looking. I got Prime. I'm sitting there going, why am I paying a shipping charge? And one of the blades that was coming from a different company. Well, in fact, they were coming from Hobby Lobby, and they were charging me shipping. I went, no, thank you. I got Prime.
yeah.
I'm ordering on Amazon.
Well, it wasn't that. It was the fact that It wasn't Amazon. It was a Amazon store or whatever, and they wanted like $9 for the bottle, and then a few dollars of shipping. I'm like, no, I'm not paying $12 for a bottle of glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this about 3 weeks ago. $4 on the Amazon. It's Amazon glue.
Well, the only reason is it's foam glue. I got gallons of every other kind of glue, but this is foam glue.
Right.
And I really like this glue, simply because of how sticky it is.
Is it like a
It's a silicone-based foam glue. So when you put it down, it holds it in place with like, 3 or 4 pins across 6 or 8 feet, and then when you put your track down, it'll hold the track in place with just a couple of pins at either end.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's that Bob Smith stuff. Not that I'm trying to promo and throw names, but for what it is, I like it. It's sticky, doesn't mess with because I used Wellbond at first, and the Wellbond with the foam road bed on the wood, it held it in place, but it wasn't stuck. Like when you picked it up, you could dig underneath the edge of the foam, and you could pick it up, and it would just kind of pop off. Where this, when you pull it up, you can pull it up, but it leaves a layer of the foam, kind of that fuzzy kind of stuff with it, so it's actually stuck. But it's not ungodly to get off if you want to change or repair track work. That I found so far. I could be wrong, but so far.
Yeah, a lot of people are used to use a putty.
Yeah, about to ask. Yeah, is it like a putty? But silicone just as close. It's not bad, not better.
I mean,
well,
not putty, but caulking.
Caulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, last time I used latex caulk. Yes, it worked. Yes, it was cheap. But if you didn't get enough on, it didn't hold worth a crud. And if you got too much on, it would push up in between the rails. And if you didn't get it cleaned out while it was wet, then it was something else that you had to do before you. I mean, it was just one thing. I just tried to find a different way, an easier way.
Right.
A few more dollars in my world. Versus hours of labor was a trade I was willing to make.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tube of caulk is only $2, and you can do 50 feet of it, but it was all the other work that went with it.
Well, we got both Michael's in here now, and Ralph has been in here. He's commenting. Gino was thanking him for last night's show. That he learned a lot. Ralph said he's going to see him.
Yeah, Ralph's show was good.
Yeah, Ralph said he'd send Gino an invoice at the end of the month.
All right, that could go here.
Yeah, Adrian says scuff the bottom of the foam to give air channels to let the glue dry.
Do what?
Adrian says scuff the bottom of the foam to create air channels for the glue to dry.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, Marty's here.
Marty. Mr. Martin. I'm sure he's quite busy. Today is cleanup day.
Yeah, I think Ralph can do the same show 2-3 times, and everybody's going to walk off with something new every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark. I did see earlier. I forgot Marcus had scrolled up on me. He said he's here. He's working on the train room. That's Mark D.
I need to add more shelves to my paint booth.
Now you won't have room to paint.
Well, no, that's what I'm trying to do. I want shelves like up here.
Oh, so that's not where you paint right there?
No, I paint like in this corner facing. I mean, the actual the filter sits kind of like underneath this
Yeah.
area right here.
Yeah, I see
So
now.
that's
You
why-
got the. Yeah, you're doing downdraft.
Yes. Yeah, I got a downdraft.
Yeah.
Which, when you want to talk about paint booths and having an open side, it doesn't make a difference which way your draft is going, if you have a cross flow or a downdraft or an updraft, because this whole big area lets everything flow through, so it doesn't matter. So actually, this is would be in a real paint booth world. This would be what they call a semi-down, because the air comes in from the side and then goes down.
Mhm.
Where a true downdraft would be, this would be sealed off, and the opening would be at the top with filters up here, and then we would be living in there painting. But
Yeah. Yeah, know about that one.
yeah,
Did a cross draft paint booth in a chicken house. But that was a guy that ran a chicken house. He had a body shop.
yeah. I spent 30 years in a paint booth.
All right, here's something I hadn't heard before. Michael Conley was telling Ralph that was like watching Consumer Reports on airbrushes. So much good information. Okay.
But I tell you what, speaking of airbrushes, and Ralph didn't have one this style yesterday, but if you want to paint a lot, not fine detail, but if you're priming, clearing, or whatever,
Yeah,
this style is kind of nice,
got the pull trigger. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's single
'Cause
action
that's
though,
what
right?
this is. This is my priming gun, right? I mean, this is a material underneath here. This is just the fan, and then the trigger.
Yeah.
So
So that's a single action.
yeah, and then this one, this screw on the back is a material stop. So you could set, because this is somewhat of a material flow, but it also kind of adjusts the size of the pattern,
Yeah.
right, that it's coming out, where this is a material stop to where it'll stop the trigger halfway or 3/4 of the way back.
Yeah, that more or less adjusts the flow of the paint itself.
Yeah.
The one up front's your pattern.
Yes. I swear, to build a paint shaker is going to be probably one of the next things I do.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Bob.
Bob.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, Ben just got in here.
Hey, Bob.
Bob hasn't got his headphones on, so he can't hear.
Bob to the Bob to Bob to Bob Bob.
Bob, 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 Bob.
Nope.
And that's gonna be this hard to put in a horn. There we go.
Yeah, now the light bulb came on.
Okay, how about that?
There we go.
How about what?
Well, you can hear me now, obviously.
Yeah.
Or you can
You
leave
being
it.
a chicken.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it had reset my microphone to my headsets. So
Hey, Bob.
somebody is airbrushing some figurines,
Figurines,
What
like trucks or whatever,
miniatures. Yeah,
miniature
we're
thing.
gonna go wargaming.
Uh,
Figurines.
I figure they're reens of some sort. Trucks and boxes and wheels, whatever. I don't know.
Is that compressor
I'm putting
coming
in
through?
Very lightly, but
I'll switch it. I got a mute right here.
yeah. Alrighty, well, Heath, no, you're not blocked, so I don't know why you can't come in.
Are you typing it right with all the little symbols of the dash and all that in there?
Lowercase MRL dash live or lowercase. Uh-huh.
Hey, Ralph, you said that you have better luck spraying the Steiners at 20 psi. Is that what you said, number wise?
I'll let you know in a second.
Yeah, I got chat up too on the side.
Uh,
Here we go.
I know he's in there. He was just typing.
He's hiding
Huh.
now.
I'll try 20 psi.
So I noticed Ralph is going to be in an MRA live train show kind of thing clinic on Saturday.
that was a couple weeks ago.
No, this one said March 16th. Wait,
Oh.
May
Yeah,
He's coming on at 4
on
o'clock.
Saturday at 4 o'clock, Ralph's going to be on
Yeah,
doing signs,
Oh, okay.
weathering signs. Oh, that's
On
not
8
red
a.m.
brick. That's brown.
I'll be up at 6:30 getting ready.
Who
Yeah.
wants to prime brown?
Ralph said 2025.
Yeah, I thought this was like red and it's brown.
Oh, God.
Oh, here come Owen and Dave.
Can prime
How
dirt.
you doing, Dave?
Hey.
Hey guys.
That shadow box, I love it. Shadow box style. Gosh, it's gorgeous, man.
Sorry about taking a little longer to get in, like a half an hour, but my computer decided to give me fit.
Oh, God.
Dave, that design is absolutely gorgeous, man. The shadow box style layout.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. Marty saying another NMRA-X 12-hour clinic day, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yep, Eastern time. It's on the NMRA Facebook page.
Yeah.
That Western time.
Everything's done Eastern time, Stephen.
They do have a schedule for, let's see. Oh, where was that? Well, British Standard Time and Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Guess where I'm going next weekend?
Where you go?
Fostoria.
Nice.
Oh, shoot. I had looked at chat for a few minutes and it's loaded up now. Wicked Wonder.
Weekend Wonder. I feel old.
Yeah, Brian, Twitch is a lot cleaner of a video.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, Wiki Wonder Boy. Him and NJMRR fan.
Her birthday is next week.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, man. Happy.
I've got one this
Gonna
week.
be 24 this year. Ba 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 ba.
All right, Steven, come on.
Look who else popped in.
Are we building a creek, Dave? Or a river?
Yeah, I'm working on my river. Decided to try the Mod Podge deal. We'll see how this works. This is like the 4th time now I've redone this area.
Ah!
He's all set for COVID-19, looks like.
Oh, a gas mask.
Alrighty. Where the heck is...
Yeah, I've been thinking about switching to HO.
You are.
Really?
I don't know. Probably not.
I went
HO's
It took me a long time to really convert back to HO. What finalized my decision going back to HO from O scale was finances and space.
Yeah.
and it's easy to put the wheels on the tracks.
Fit and scaly, I agree.
Man, HO.
HO seems a little bit more detailed than the O scale.
Well, come to ON30, you get a lot of detail.
Yeah. Don't you have to build your own stuff, though?
No, not well.
Yeah.
You build your buildings, but I mean, you know, they do have kits out there. You know, you still got to put their wood kits,
Yeah.
but you know, you can't beat the detail in it, and that's why I'm in the process of switching all my rolling stock over to God, the new printers, the filament printers. I've got one and I can't even think of the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
FDM printers.
Well, I've got a Da Vinci in the background. 3D printer. So all my rolling stock's going short.
Joey, you need to mute your mic. We're getting a lot of
Yeah, you got it.
banging around.
So is the Hodgepodge or the Mod Podge, whatever it's called, supposed to be making some ripples and moving water? Kind of
Yeah, that's what it's supposedly supposed to be doing. If I read everything correctly. So painted it Monday, let it sit for 3 days on the acrylic so it could dry, and now I'll put this down and I won't be able to touch it till tomorrow. So we'll see how it looks. But I know it's going to need probably, I think they said 3 or 4 coats in order to get it to where it looks actually halfway decent.
Got to get the thickness in there and raised up.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never played with this. Last time I did water up here was when I had my steel mill stuff and I used silicone. Which I still have
I thought I saw somebody using toilet paper on with Mod Podge.
Yeah, there's a gentleman out of Sweden that's actually doing that. It actually turns out pretty good. I was
Yeah,
impressed.
I guess it makes it go a little faster. You don't have to put so many coats on.
Oh, he was putting instead of coats of this, he put the Mod Podge on, but he was putting varnish over it in order to thicken it up and really get it glossy.
Hmm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, Doug just put a comment in here that he built his own paint station using a stove hood they got for $20. It works great with the fan. He changed the light to LEDs so they're very bright to paint in. Yeah, that works. Oh, Dave, Adrian said you'll know when it's dry.
Someone want to know if we're all in America or in other places. I think we're all in the United States currently in the room.
No, we got
I'm in the bunker.
three.
Yeah.
We got three. They're from Australia.
Oh, they're from Australia right now?
Yeah.
Well, currently in the room, everybody's here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the room.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Except for Johnny, he's in Area 51.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
am right here with all this computers and everything I got sitting around here.
So I'm looking at trying to light up my shelving area where my track is at, using some LED strips and stuff. And I've got one of those power supplies that everybody seems to be using, but I don't have any LEDs strips. I'm just wondering how much power it really takes to run LED strips all over the place.
Well, do you have like a power supply, like one of those silver power supplies that look like
Yeah.
that? Those are 30 amps, and
Right.
you'll run a crap load of lights with that.
Okay.
Well,
I
most
just
of
wasn't
those.
sure how much one would.
Well, no, like 1 amp. You'll be able to hook like 30 strips to that. Look on there just to double check because they come in different sizes.
Yeah.
But
I think mine's
for
a
the
30.
the average is like a 30 amp power supply, and I think like one of those strips or whatever is like 1 amp.
Okay.
You know,
Just be careful which ones you buy, because Lloyd wound up getting some that were
110.
110.
So, which are fine as long as you purposely order that.
Right.
Yeah, Marty said he made a paint booth out of an old microwave. It also turned, and it also turned it into a jet engine when he sprayed thinners. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to say it also microwaved his dinner when he was.
That I would have put past him. Well, here's my state-of-the-art paint booth. Works for me.
Yeah, it's like the one I originally built
Mm-hmm.
as a prototype, and then I built that one.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mine's state-of-the-art. Mine's my art.
You gonna be all right, Johnny?
Yeah.
So those power supplies are 12 volt or different voltage?
You can get them 12 or 24, depending on which one you buy.
Okay.
So make sure you read or whatever, because they have 24 volt versions of them.
Okay. So you got to get the right lights, obviously, to
Well, most of those strip lights or whatever, the DIY ones look, because like a lot of them now, because the kids are really digging them and they're becoming a fad. They're getting more expensive, but they've already come with like power supplies on them, which are like just the wall wart transformer type things and like a remote control. Or you can even buy the new ones now where you can control them with your phone.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of variations out there. Because my daughter come ask me, she's like, "Are you gonna put those RGBs back up?" I'm like, they sell them on Amazon. I said, "Yeah, but they got expensive."
Yeah.
So
I got
I was looking for like those big long rolls of LEDs because I got a lot of run distance to go.
that are USB powered.
they lock together,
Yeah.
right? I mean, when you buy them, you can buy the connectors that slip, and then they'll have a little pair of scissors on it where you cut them, and then you can splice them together. Because they have this stuff now where you don't have to solder any of it.
Yeah.
You buy all of the connectors.
You got them on eBay or something, or?
No, I bought mine off Amazon. I'm not an eBayer.
Oh, okay.
I probably should become an eBayer, but I'm not an eBayer. I'm an Amazon Primer. I mean, hell, I just for the first time bought something off a Yankee Dabbler the other day.
Oh.
So
How was that experience for you?
I'm ordering it was fine. I haven't got it in yet. I don't know how that's going to go.
I've not had any problems with them.
Well, I know model train stuff has gotten like 25% speed in what they used to be doing.
Well, I like model train stuff, except
Yeah.
they didn't have what I was looking for, and but they usually have like the best prices. Because like if you go, like take tortoise switches, whatever, they're $20, $21, $22 each. You go on Amazon, you find it for that price. You find a pack of 10 for like right at $200. You know, maybe sometime $195 or whatever. But then when you go to modeltrainstuff.com or whatever, they had a 10 pack for $167, which is like $75 under list. So I usually hit them first because they usually have pretty good prices. And like the turnout that I was looking for, they usually they had it on sale or whatever, but they didn't have a curved turnout. So
Yeah, I've ordered a couple things since this quarantine started from model train stuff, and it's usually taken like 2 weeks for it to get here. And a whole week just to process it. By the time we got to my order, so I was like, wow.
well, they're in New York though, in
Yeah.
New Jersey.
So I
that was another reason why I didn't order from them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's issues there.
Don't mail me the COVID, man.
Yeah. But it was like, oh, they got this. They finally got this. But someone else had theirs first. So like, should I get it from them? But do they have everything I want? And no, they didn't have everything I wanted either in one place. I don't want to order multiple times. Spend more money that way. Shipping.
You're right, Ralph. This spray's better at 20 psi than it does 16.
More power, as Tim Allen used to say.
What it does is it atomizes it a little bit finer. It's all about breaking up the paint. It's all about atomization.
Bob, I got some of these here the other day, or several months ago at Walmart. They're just stick on
Yeah.
USB powered. They got a little IR remote that goes with them.
Huh.
They're made for. They're back in the electronics section. They're made for going around the back of your TV or whatever.
Yeah, well, if you
Yeah.
backlight your TV, you get better contrast.
And they were on clearance when I bought them.
Hmm.
And they come in different lengths according to the TV size.
Yeah.
Or you can daisy chain them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to run lights in certain areas on my layout up there on the ceiling. Kind of light it all up a little bit more because it's really dark. Just not enough light in the house, so it's like I need to light this up somehow.
Can you read the Toyota? It's right there.
Now I can
Not
see
as
something.
Yeah,
There
it
you can.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is.
You gotta love 3D printers.
And that's why hopefully with my next paycheck I'm gonna get one.
Dude, I'm waiting. Well, I have this one, but I would wait. Realistically, because they have 2 other ones coming out. I mean, unless you lead it right now, you look at the Elegoo Saturn. I'm not sure about the price, but it's supposed to be out later on this year. And the build plate is a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit taller, and has a little bit nicer of a LCD screen, and it has the USB port on the front instead of on the back. You know, just saying, something to think about. But that, and I think Anycubic has one coming out too later on this year. But I'm probably going to end up picking up one of those Saturns. Because that has, geez, I can't remember. It was a 9-inch build plate. It was basically two and a half of these. You can increase the size wise. And then it also prints taller, so. And it has a double Z linear rail, not just a double Z rail with wheels, with an eccentric wheel pattern on it. So, something to think about.
I wish they actually had a way to sort their website a little better.
Who? Elegoo? Elegoo does not have anything on the Saturn on their website because it's not out yet. You go look at a couple of YouTube channels, and they were sent test pieces, test ones, you know, to try out or whatever, review pieces. That's what I was looking for. And you can see them there, and you can actually see the size difference.
All right, Jeff's got a good question here. He said, I'm building a spray booth and want to know if 3 small computer fans, like from a desktop, will be strong enough for a booth, 30-inch
No.
by 24-inch.
Nope. I would say no.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm using like a 400 millimeter PC fan.
Joe, you got mute. Joe, mute.
Sorry, looking at it.
On my booth, I'm using like a 400 millimeter fan up in the back, and it's a brushless PC fan. It moves quite a bit of air, but not enough.
Yeah.
You don't have the volume in it.
Yeah.
Need to get a car fan. Just suck it right out.
Well,
You need
what
a
you need to pay attention to is make sure that the fan is magnetic and not brush. You don't want a brush fan or 'Cause if you use lacquer paint, you can
That's-
set the thing on fire.
Yeah, that's my fan right there. Okay, but that's not for enamels. That's strictly acrylics because it's not explosion proof. Same thing with the light. If you don't have an explosion proof light, you don't spray enamels. You don't spray solvents in the booth,
Yeah.
right? Because the electricity can set it off. Slim chance, but it will possibly happen.
And then
It
you
could
have
never,
like
it
Marty
could never happen too. So if you're gonna want to do enamels inside, then you need to have an exhaust going outside where I just have one going through a carbon filter, and then you need to have explosion proof lights and motors.
Yeah, and see, I've just got basically a big scratchy pad in there for a filter on mine.
Right. What this, and then squirrel cage fans are probably about the best. They'll move about the most amount of air.
Yeah.
But the little 12 volt, with having this big of an opening, you would have to spray literally right up on the filter if you want to get the airflow to pull it away.
Yeah. Well, my paint booth, I put 2 fans on it. They're the what they call coaxial fans. They're magnetic motors.
Yeah.
So I can paint acrylic or enamel. But they're 300 CFM each.
Right.
And I get good airflow through there.
I'm gonna say you're moving some pretty good air there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got them on one switch. I really need to take one off. And
I think I'm running about 1600 CFM with that fan, with that squirrel cage.
yeah.
It came off of a dust collector, is what it came off of.
Yeah.
So it was a whole shop vacuum system, is where that fan came from. So, and then there's a 4-inch plenum that's underneath this. So I got the pegboard, and then there's a filter to catch the solids. Like a mesh filter or a paper filter will catch the solids, but the solvents or the alcohols or all of that will still pass through. But the pigments will stop at the filter. And then I use the carbon filter to remove all the rest of the VOCs so that the air comes back into the room is cleaner than when it left the room.
Yeah, I think Ron Boyce was asking earlier, did you design all those trucks yourself, or where did you get the files?
No, these are, let's see. This S1700 is Sir Switch-A-Lot off of Tinkercad. This Streamline Freightliner got off of Thingiverse. This one either came off of Thingiverse or Tinkercad, but no, I did not design any of these. But they're out there, Tinkercad and Thingiverse, and some of them need a little bit of work. Some of them need a lot of work. Some of them are printable right off the get-go. I mean, it's things like on this 18-wheeler, the windshield is solid, but it does have a steering wheel, a dash, and 2 seats inside it, where this one has no interior whatsoever. So they need a little bit of work here and there. But like this forklift, all I did was resize it, print it out, and I mean, here's the cage for it, and the fork's printed beautiful, and then here's the hydraulic rack for it. So some of the stuff is set up and ready to go, and then I got the tires down here too. So, but I'm gonna prime the tires black, that way they can get rubberized. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these crates. I think I'm going to definitely change the color to probably beige. So, but then I had printed these with that new resin. This is that water washable resin. Let's see if we can get the detail to show. This is an oxygen acetylene tank, but it printed both gauges, the input and the output gauge, and the valve. So, but I don't think I have them scaled quite right. They're just a tiny bit big. Because that's the other thing with like some of the stuff, you have to play with the scaling and stuff like that. Counter is way too tall. You know, I didn't get that one right, but I got the drum right. And then somewhere I printed out, I don't know where they are. I think they're down here in the cure. Yeah. See in here, this is what happens when uncured resin gets left inside of a model. It splits, ruptures, becomes bad, makes a mess. So, but yeah, there we go. And see, that counter is actually now a little bit too short. So, and I know that they have people in different sizes as well, so. Yeah, that one's almost just right. It's like the Three Little Bears.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Well, I printed out 3 different sizes, all like 0.5 millimeter different from each other. And that one's that one. That one's short. That one's the shortest. That one's short. So yeah, it looks like about the middle one was about the right size ish. Might be a tiny bit bigger. Might just need to have to put like a little foot on it underneath in the model, you know, to get it right. But it'll all be good. Oh, and then don't forget the outhouse. It's got to have an outhouse or a porta potty, pot of gold.
Everyone wants an outhouse.
Ron is asking if that's rosin.
Resin, yes.
Now, did it make molds for that? You could make like, or do you have to like,
do what now?
to make the resin? It's not like 3D printing, right? You actually pour.
No, that's
the
3D
resin
printed.
into the mold?
All of
Okay.
that is 3D printed. But from this, if you don't want to sit there and reprint everything, you can make a cast, right? And then you can recast all the stuff.
Gotcha. I'm actually have to reorder a new airbrush myself.
Marty wants to know what rosin are you using, Chris?
The gray is the Seartec Fast Gray. And then this flesh colored is that Elegoo water washable. And I went to that because of the price and the hard of finding isopropyl alcohols to clean up with. So, but I like the gray, and I wouldn't have switched until I ran out of gray. But like I said, I mean, to clean up, there's a few different ways. I mean, the way that they say is use isopropyl alcohol, but I know that some other people are using sonic cleaners with heavy detergent in it, doing the same thing. I think Luke uses denatured alcohol, or for you Aussies, the mentholated spirits.
Yeah, Marty wants to know, have you ever used Anycube rosin?
Yes, I have, and the stuff that it came with, and it stinks to all hell. It'll run you out the room. I know that you're out in the shed or whatever. I wouldn't even put it in the shed. I would put it in the garage where you're not at. But the other resins, like the Seartec Gray Fast, or even this water washable, there is really not a whole lot of odor to it. And if you look, the ones that do not have or have a lower smell, they brag about it, and they will say on there a low odor. If it doesn't say low odor, it's because it stinks. Because that Anycubic green, the transparent, it prints beautiful, but it stinks.
Yeah,
It'll give you that
Brad.
chemical. It'll give you that chemical headache.
Yeah, Brad Anderson wants to know what software you using for models.
Two model, like to make them from scratch,
I guess.
or to slice and manipulate.
Both, I
Because
guess.
there's a whole list of them. I mean, like to slice and manipulate, you can use the Anycubic or the Chichu box for the resin printer, and then the filament printers have a whole set of them. But like to build models, Fusion 360 is free to startups, hobbyists, and students. Plus, there's a lot of videos out there, and if you're starting from scratch building a model, that's a pretty decent one. But if you're going to want to build like a model like organic shapes, then I would use something like Blender or Mesh Mixer. If you want to manipulate a model already made that's in a mesh, then Mesh Mixer or Blender would be the way to go. Or I think you can even manipulate some of it to a certain extent in Microsoft 3D.
There's also you also have SketchUp out there, but I think
Yeah.
it's costs now.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of them out there. I mean, you can use just about any CAD program or whatever, you know, all the new ones or whatever. But I try and stick with the ones that don't hurt the pocketbook, because I would have to hate to pay $1,500 for a license. I won't pay $1,500 for a license. You know, I'm not, and I have a handful of models actually that I'm working with, and if you get a program, just try and find one or two. Don't get strung out across 6 or 7 of them, because you have to learn them, and that takes time. So I'm sticking with Mesh Mixer, Fusion 360, and then the slicer program that I'm using for the resins, and then the slicer program that I'm using for my filament.
How
'Cause-
tall of a model can you do?
In the Anycubic,
Yeah.
but I think it's 4 or 5 centimeters, something like that, maybe 6.
So you couldn't 3D print like a 53-foot container on end.
No, probably not. I mean, translate that to inches. 53 foot is going to be what, 3.5? So that's 150. That's 15. No, you can't do that. That's 15 centimeters. Right? Is that right? No. 3.5. 53 feet would be 150 millimeters. Yeah, it'd be 15 centimeters, which would be 6 inches-ish, 7 inches. No, you couldn't do that in that one, but in the Saturn that's coming out, that's big enough you can do that.
About 7.25 inches.
Yeah, I think that Saturn has a 9-inch build plate, a 9-inch tall build plate, maybe. I think that's what I was reading or saw.
Which is basically 185 millimeters.
I don't even know how to do this. Let's see if I can do this without blowing it away.
So I know the build plate's not long enough to do one.
No, you would do it in sections and glue it together. That's all you do. I mean, like any cubic slicer actually has a tool in it to section models, to slice it on a plane, and that way it slices on a theoretical plane, you know, to where it has no space, has no thickness. So when you glue them together, it's right.
But you can do 20-foot containers or.
In one piece, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm going to pick up one of those Saturns, I do believe, when they come out. because I mean it has a lot of good things. I mean, you can turn 3D printing into a hobby, and believe me, I go down rabbit holes in a heartbeat. Because that's what I did with my filament printer. And also the Anycubic I got, I upgraded it. I got upgraded to Z-Rail in it. I put double linear rails in it.
The one review I was reading there was talking about the resolution was still at 2.5K. You know, they have to decide the build plate, but the resolution stayed at 2.5K, and they're talking that was going to make some changes on the model. It shouldn't make any changes.
No, it's a different resolution.
So
They still call it 2K, but it's a different resolution because the Photon and the Mars and stuff, they have that what is it? The cell phone thing. It's whatever 2560 or whatever by 1440. The Saturn is actually 25 something by 1600. So it has a little bit more dense population. I mean, but it's not much. It's still a 2K screen. So it's not going to give that much difference.
2560 by 1600.
Right, and then the other one is 2500 by 1440. But it's also a bigger build plate, so
yeah, you're going to increase your res.
It's not really increasing. All it is, I mean, it's still a 2K.
Yeah.
So if they would have put a 4K screen in it, now that would have been something.
And the XY axis resolution is 0.075 millimeters.
All right, well, we done hit the 1 hour mark.
No.
Yeah.
You're lying, Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
No, we can't. I don't want to go back to painting a room. We can't hit the mark.
Well, just go over to the nightly chat room, tell them you're still in the show. They'll never know the difference.
I'm not going back there. I got to go check on something, but yeah, that's where I'll be later on.
Yeah.
Well, when I first logged in, I went in there, and Ari was the only one in there.
Yeah, I can't. I just popped over from there. I think right before I came on, it looked nobody was there.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Don't forget, this Saturday is going to be the second installment of Railroad Empires.
With yours truly, Robert, Andy, and Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's going to be the start of Cameras Down. So it's going to be interesting. Robert and everybody on the show's put a lot of work into it. So then next week, the only show we've got is going to be the Thursday night show. So, and don't forget, all shows are at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So with that said, y'all have a good weekend.
Night, Johnny.
Be sure to tune in at 9
Night,
for
John.
Railroad Empires. All right, y'all have a good one.